What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? AJ Gore here, and we are back. We are live. It is Tuesday night, and we're going to have ourselves a good show. It's going to be a fun one. We're talking about the real surprise box tonight. And if you guys are tuning in right now, or you're going to end up watching this rebroadcast, of course, we're live at this moment. But if you watch this later on, not a Tuesday night at 5 p.m. here in Arizona, 8 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, if you're watching this some other day, then Tuesday the 30th, then you're watching the rebroadcast, but you can still win your very own KastKing Real Surprise Box. And what is the KastKing Real Surprise Box? Well, real quick, I'll get into that, just a little snippet. It is a box that we'll get into in just a minute for a killer price. You potentially could get like $300 and probably like over $400 worth of goodies in there, depending on the bait, sunglasses, line. If you get the MGTI baitcaster, that's a $300 baitcaster right there. I mean, this box can get upwards of $400 when you think about tax, and you're going to be paying two different prices. You have an entry-level box, and then of course you have the premier box, and you're only going to be paying like $90 for that premier box, and you could win yourself. I shouldn't say win. I mean, you're purchasing it, but you could get quite a bit of some goodies. So we'll get into that, guys, here in just a minute. Apologize, I'm a little tired. It's been a crazy week for me, and of course the people in my community here in Globe, Arizona. If you guys follow me, you guys already know we have had some crazy flooding. We'll get into that in just a minute. First, I'm going to jump over to the chat box, but do me a favor, guys. If you guys are tuning in, especially you Facebook people, share to your page, to your groups. Things to that nature. Get that word out there, because the more of a reach that we have here at KastKing, the more views we get on YouTube, the more views we get on Facebook, the more people that see and click, the more they let me give stuff away, the more they let me go live and hook the people up. So guys, do me a favor, share, invite your friends in, put this in your favorite groups, put it on your page. Does me a lot of justice to it. But let's go to the comment section real quick, see who's jumping in real fast. And that's how you guys get entered to win these giveaways too, is commenting, sharing, liking, and engaging. But guys, make sure you engage, make sure you comment. That's how I find you in the giveaways. Let's see here. We got Tab and Angler. Hello, Bass Bros. What's going on? Can't wait for the show tonight. Glad to have you. Glad to have you on tonight. Gary, as always, glad to see you. Oh, Gary, thank you very much. Thoughts and prayers to everyone in Globe, Arizona. Gary, we'll get into that. I'll give you guys an update on what's going on. It's pretty tragic. We'll get into that in just a few minutes. What else we got here going on? Jennifer Lude, what's going on? You know, Jennifer, I put a little WD-40 on my chair. I did. I'll probably still get a squeak out of it or two, because it is an older chair, but it still works great. I don't want to buy another one, but I did get the WD-40 on it, water displacement chemical 40. And I am going to do a video one of these days where I use WD-40 as a scent or a bait attractant, because I've heard that too, that it works, and people used to use it on bass and catfish, but we'll get into that. So thanks to you, Jennifer Lude. You got the old WD-40 in action tonight. What else we got going on here? Burke, I wish I could get it, but I got too many reels. You watch your mouth, boy. You watch your mouth. Don't ever say that again. AJ, how's the cleanup going? We'll get there in just a minute. I'll get to it. Hook up Chris DeRaw back in the Heezy. What's up, man? Who else we got in here? Bob Utes. What's going on, Bob? Richard Sexton. We got Brandon Johnson. Richard Sexton, of course. What's going on? Rashawn Hunt. What's up? Matthew Earns. Hello. Melissa Justice in the house. Doug. Hello. Yeah, we're doing okay. We're getting there. Diane Yeckel. Hello. Gary, didn't expect to see you tonight, guys. I understand. I've been working tirelessly last couple days alongside a lot of my fellow Globe Miami residents here. The Frog King is live. Kurt, how's it going? Glad to have you. Steve Yeckel, what's going on? Russ, hello. Troy, yo, made it. All right, so let's get into it, guys. We'll go ahead and start talking about, of course, what everybody's asking me on here. Anyhow, so last Thursday, almost a week ago from today, almost Thursday of last week, we had some really crazy rain starts. We had some massive flooding in the small town conjoined to us. We have an area in our community. We have the San Carlos Apache Native reservation. Gotta love my native brother and sisters out there at San Carlos. We've got Globe. Then we have the small area of Claypool, and then Miami. And then, of course, adjacent to us, a little ways off, is Superior. But in our tight-knit little groups, Globe, Miami. And then, of course, we've got San Carlos. But in Miami, the small town of Miami, they had some really bad flooding on Thursday that kind of shook some things up. And little did we know it was going to set the tone for Friday night. Friday night rolls around, and it must have just been a concentration of a supercell. I don't know if you guys know what a supercell is. Google it. Arizona gets massive supercells during monsoon season. We had a really crummy monsoon. We had a really bad monsoon season. Didn't get any rain. It's been severe drought. Lakes are drying up. It's been bad. And we've all been praying for rain. Well, we got it. And we got it in one big heavy concentration this last week, especially on Friday night. But what was bad is I want to say it was Wednesday evening going into Thursday. It started to rain here and there, little spells. Thursday got some very heavy rains in the afternoon. That's when we started to see the flooding kicking up. And what set the pace was that it started to saturate the ground. There wasn't much absorption. Now we had these wildfires like we always do, but we had some really bad ones a couple years ago, which kind of doesn't let it burns all the ground foliage and things that kind of holds some of that water back and things of that nature. So Friday rolls around. We had a lot of rain Friday. And then Friday night, I remember I got home from work and it just normally Kate and I would go out to eat, go do something, and end up spending a lot of times at two of our favorite restaurants that we'll go to eat on a Friday night would be Selena's Smokehouse. That's where we took Travis Hunter whenever he came fishing with us that second time. And then, of course, or La Casita downtown, La Casita Cafe, which is it's a staple here in Globe. It's been around since I want to say the late 40s, but for sure the 50s. And it's family owned. It's been passed down from generation to generation. It's where I grew up eating. It's the Mexican food that I love. It's where I took Tate, the owner of KastKing, when he was in Arizona and came through Globe, went fishing with me. It's just where you go, right? Anyhow, it sits alongside this big creek bed that runs cuts through the heart of town. It's just how town was built. Mining community was built around it. Now this creek has flooded. There was a massive flood in 1902. Then one in 1954, and then of course now in 2025. Now since then they've done all kinds of upgrades and supposedly done these things that can really help that water flow. And I remember we had this massive flood, I want to say 93, that came down so hard. Water did run over the bridges here in Globe a little bit, not horribly, but they were crusting over the top. And that rain was crazy. I remember that. It washed out Winkleman, Hayden. Water was running over Roosevelt Dam. It was chaotic, right? But anyhow, so Friday night rolls around. People are in La Casita restaurant. They're in El Ranchito restaurant. They're in Selena's. People are downtown just doing downtown vibes, right? It's Friday night. And that rain hit. And it was torrential downpours, supercell. And that supercell must have been centered. It was a big one. And it just funneled all of that power straight into this area. And it just saturated all the canyons, all the runoffs, and all of it just came down at one time. Now, something happened severely to where those creeks started running, and they started running fast. They weren't creeks anymore. They were massive, out of control rivers. And then they started to plug up. One thing that became bad is it came in so fast, so powerful, that it was just a wall of water. And it plugged up all kinds of things, and water started running over the highways. They started coming over the bridges. It got so bad it plugged up. They blew through the back of buildings and just started it was just out of control. That was part of the case for like La Casita. That was part of the case for Topo Joe's, the bike shop that my buddy owns, the Western Reaper Graphics, where I get like my boat wraps, all kinds of different things, have custom shirts made. All kinds of business, Lens School of Dance. It's just horrible. So the rain just came filled in. And the bad thing is there was people literally inside buildings swimming for their lives, having to try to get, and it was just horrible. They couldn't. Windows get bursted out to relieve pressure. People broke windows out. And then, of course, got swept away by current. Cars were getting swept away off the highways in 3 different places. And then, of course, if you guys look at like my wife's page, I haven't shared much because I've just been busy with helping in the floods. But that's part of her job is to document these things for the bike shop and stuff. So, of course, she's pushing it out there. But hundreds and hundreds maybe of propane tanks. And we're talking propane tanks anywhere between 500-gallon propane tanks to 1,000-gallon propane tanks, right? Somewhere in that nature. Just flowing through. And if you watch some of the videos, one video where Kate was recording, I was shining my spotlight down in this canyon above my mom's property. We went and checked on it. And we must have filmed 30 or 40 propane tanks, and you get these surges of them. And Tori right here. See, Tori is from here. He's a local here in our area, a kid and still in the hospital from severe cuts he sustained in his arm, breaking the window to get his family out. Yeah, it was awful. It was rivers of propane tanks. And some of these propane bottles were full. These tanks were full. Some of them were empty. And so that creates all kinds of stuff. Now you have cars, trucks, camp trailers, boats, just anything that could get swept away was getting swept away off the highways, out of people's yards, camp trailers, and these hundreds of propane tanks, livestock. It was bad. And unfortunately, quite a few people have lost their lives in this. There's confirmed 3 or 4 deaths. Rumors put it out there that there's quite a bit more, just not identified. And I don't want to say that that's true or not, because I don't have any evidence to back that up. But there is quite a few people missing, unaccounted for. And then, so search and rescue has been going through looking for people. And right now, the main thing is, especially for the first 2-3 days, because we still had rain coming, still had more floods hitting, not as bad as what happened Friday night. And it all came in within 10 minutes and then subsided in 10 minutes. So it was just this 10-minute wall of water that caught people off guard. And people were stuck in between areas of the highway where they couldn't cross 2 different areas, and they were just stuck there for hours. It was just bad. But the search and rescue for the next 2 days was on and off. And they basically spent those 2 days identifying where cars were, or what they thought were cars and debris piles. So in the oncoming weeks, they can go through, cut through those debris piles, cut through cars, and see if there was occupants in those cars. And unfortunately, there have been. Some of the cars were found with no occupants, but those people were missing, and then later found to be deceased to the cars of those occupants. So it's just been rough. It's been very rough for the community. In the actual flood itself, people swept away, survived, very, very horrifying situations. But cleanup, it's just been, dude, I'm telling you, that mud they kept us out of town, which was good for safety reasons, till Sunday. That happened Friday night. Sunday, they allowed us to come in at noon. Certain groups of people. I worked with the Topo Joes and Western Reaper Graphics crew, trying to help with the La Casita crew when I can. I've loaned, like today, they've got one of my pressure washers, and I'm probably going to donate a generator to them and let them use them for a couple of days because they're without power. And then, of course, I've got to get back to work tomorrow, but I'll be going back and forth working on some of the shuttle vans. But anyways, just a lot of mud debris, total loss on the bike shop, guys. The bike shop's total loss. My buddy's the Western Reaper Graphics, he's got tons of like plotters, vinyl equipment, printing machines, just a very expensive warehouse building full of lots of items that are just completely underwater. The water in the bike shop got up to about 5.5 feet, and the water in the Topo into the West Reaper Graphics shop was about 5 feet. And everything underwater, complete loss. So got the mud out as of the end of yesterday, out of the buildings for the most part. Today and yesterday evening, we were cutting sheetrock out, airing out walls, exposing electrical, and got to start figuring out a way to rebuild. And unfortunately, most of those businesses alongside on Linscola Dance, El Ranchito, La Casita, without flood insurance because we are in a flood zone. So most of those individuals lost everything and they got to start over. But we'll get into that. My goal is to have another live later this week, not through KastKing. This will be for Globe Miami. I'm going to try to push something and try to see if I can get some individuals to come on live with me to promote their GoFundMe pages or ways to help raise donations to get these restaurants back in business, to get these the dance agencies in business, maybe the automotive stops. 60 Motors lost everything. It's just Quality Tire, Courtesy Ford dealership had cars floating down the highways, cars inside their buildings just floated out and gone. Yeah, just a big deal. So bear with me, but guys, that's the little smidgen of what's going on in our community. So we're working. Melody, hey, Melody Thomas, she's one of my native sisters that I talked about a few minutes ago. That her family, of course, part of the tribe out there. It's great, and Melody and her husband came, and they're part of the Topo Joe's family too, and we love them to death, And glad to have you always on, Melody. Glad to see you. So, but yeah. So we'll get to it. We'll get to the fun part right now, guys. So that's what's going on in Globe. It's crazy, but before I close it out, the community and the volunteers have been amazing. We've had this huge surge in the community, really caring for each other. I didn't get a chance to talk about it. I'll touch on this real quick. Not only are those people affected downtown, but this creek and these water channels, these waterways run through a lot of neighborhoods and around in these canyon areas that are heavily populated. And I would be doing a disjustice if I didn't talk about that, because a lot of people aren't seeing what's happening. There's lots of families displaced, lots of homes ruined, a lot of things like that. So guys, not just the community and businesses need help, not just the businesses need help. The community itself needs help. Housing, people lost cars, livestock. It's just, there was tons of people displaced by this. And so that live I'll do later this week. I'm going to try to put together, and just see if I can get people's GoFundMe pages and how people can volunteer and how people can donate and go from there. So it's just been a lot. It's been a lot. It's hard to wrap your head around, a lot to put into perspective, organize, especially when from the time I get up to the time I go to bed. Oh, and then of course, skid steer got my phone. It still turns on, but I can't actually use it, which is funny. But it got ran over by a skid steer. So that's a picture of my beautiful wife on there. But yeah, so got a temporary phone, iPhone 11 to the rescue right here. But yeah, so at least I can make calls, text, and get back with people. But yeah, not it's not the greatest. It's not even 5G. So I'm working with that. So, but anyways, guys, yeah. So I'll try to go live later this week with people from my community. Anybody that watches this from out of our community that wants to take part, share it and get this out there throughout the United States and around the world to help get people to this small, tiny little mining community. Would appreciate it. So, all right. So guys, let's get to the KastKing world. Back to KastKing talk. But guys, thank you guys very much. God bless you guys for all the text messages and reaching out, looking to see how we're doing. Kate and I are doing good. Kate got a little sick today, got a little overheat exhaustion. Had to call it early today. I had the live show to do tonight anyway, so we got back together on that. So I'll be back and forth between working through the automotive industry by day and then helping downtown in and out of throughout the day, and then in the evenings and weekends. So we'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. Got a lot of weeks ahead of us of rebuilding. But yeah, and we'll see if we can get that bike shop and that print shop back up, and of course La Casita, Ranchito, and everything else. But all right, guys, let's get to KastKing gear. We're talking the real surprise box. Okay. What we've got here, let me go ahead and share a page. Let's present this. Oh, before we get to that, let me share a screen over here. I want to get into KastKing USA, and I want to share you guys some Facebook posts. Okay. So check this out. So we've got, let's go over here. Let's go. Oh, look, it's searching me. We're going to go right here. KastKing USA. So we've got some really cool things. First thing I want to get into before I show KastKing USA, I'm all over the place, guys. My head is busy, but huge shout out to this guy right here, Scott Canterbury from KastKing. Scott got out there with the last event in the NPFL, the National Professional Fishing League, and he brought it home, guys. Got another victory in the NPFL this weekend. Did some work, got it done, and just put some things together using those KastKing reels and KastKing gear. Cashed another $100,000 check. Now, I haven't directly spoke with Scott. We've kind of hit each other back and forth a little bit in the comment section of some of his posts, hoping to get him on the show on KastKing Live in the next couple weeks, hopefully this month, and get into some things like that. But congratulations, Scott Canterbury. Excellent, excellent, excellent. Other big news, Lojo, welcome to the family. Lauren Johnson, boom, of Lojo's YouTube right here, guys. Hashtag real talk. Hashtag bearded fisherman. Yeah, brother. Hashtag KastKing family and voice of fans right there, guys. Lojo to the team. We're dubbing him KastKing Senior Product Experience Officer. So glad to have Lojo on the team. Fun to always watch his videos. Super insightful gentleman right there. Glad and proud to have Lojo on there. So that's some of the housework that we're into, talking about right there, doing some housekeeping duties on that. But yeah, let's go down. Let's get into this real surprise box. We're going to scroll down and do that and keep seeing what's happening. Oh, let me jump back over here to the comment section again. Scootin', Melody says, yeah. Let's see here. Okay, so we talked about Lojo being in here. Let's roll down. Let's roll down. Let's roll down. Here we go. Oh, look at, I'm just as guilty as you. My wife's always telling me to throw those away, get rid of them. I usually burn them. I don't know. I throw a bunch away and then I burn them. But check this out. Here is Jim Greensmith's mystery box. It just came in. I've got mine here. It came in actually yesterday. I started to open it and I thought, you know what? I'm not going to pull this thing out of the bag. I'm going to do it live on air. So we will see what I got. These boxes, guys, we'll get into the nitty gritty of them in just a minute, but real quick, short. It's a box that you're going to pay X amount of dollars for. Okay. We'll get into prices in a minute. And it's you're going to get every penny of what you pay for out of the box, but you have the potential to get 3 to 4 times the value out of those boxes. Okay. And we'll get into that in a minute. So let's look at Jim's box right here. You can see it just came in. He unwrapped it. Boom, baby, got a deadbolt. This is the world's baddest attitude reel right here. This is a reel of ill will and discontent towards fishing. This right here, just a direct crank, direct drive, no drag fish winching machine. So if you want to get, if Scorpion from Mortal Kombat had a reel, this would be it. Get over here. There's no slip. There's no drag. This is Cliff Crochet's brainchild. Set the hook and just get in here. This is $130, $140 reel right here. So he definitely got his money back out of that. Then not to mention, if you look right there too, we've got some Bill Dance series sunglasses. I believe that's some fishing line or some bait back there. We'll take a look. Let's go to the next picture. Boom. He's got himself what looks like a spook right there, a walking bait. And then of course a jerk bait and looking good in the hood. So that was a great haul out of that real surprise box. Let's scroll down and get a little more because I know somebody else right here. Tom Weber, you dirty dog, you. Let me tell you right now. Look at this, guys. He did it. He did it right there. Got himself some shades, and you know they're polarized. You know they've got the UV protection going on right there. He got those. He also got that walking bait with a different jerk bait in there. Boom, right there. But guys, this dude, I would assume, being the fact that he got the MGTI, he paid the $89.95, and he got a $300 MGTI, the world's only magnesium frame with titanium components, titanium spool, oversized crank and handle, TPE knobs, oversized star drag, powerful triple disc carbon fiber drag, just that throw out arc, fly out arc braking system. This thing is a beast. You can do BFS type techniques, bait finesse system, and you can do power fishing with this thing and everything in between. So you can throw pretty much down to a 1/16 of an ounce lure all the way up to 1.5 ounce punching. AJ, you should see what another guy used his shipping tubes for in the thread. He cut them and used them for to hang his rods. Oh, that's actually brilliant. That is brilliant, Jennifer Ludman. Look at you. That is awesome. That is great. Yeah. Being, you know what I mean? Innovation. That's what it's about right there. And just reusing it. That's fantastic. Thank you for that. That's cool. That is cool. That's awesome. Okay. So Melody wants to know what's in the box. Okay. Before I open my box up, and guys, we're giving those boxes away too to you guys. But before I open mine, let me share another page. And we're going to share the KastKing page, and we'll talk about what the details are on this box. So let's go over here. Let's share this page. We're going to go into What's new? We're going to go to the surprise box right here in the drop-down tab. Melody says, what's in the box? Okay, well, here's what's in the box, okay? So you have the classic box, right-hand or left-hand options. The reason they ask that is because you could get a spinning reel, which you can swap that handle either way, but you could get a baitcaster. Now, if you end up getting a baitcaster, they want to know, okay, this is a right-handed baitcaster. This is a left-handed baitcaster. Spinning reels, you can swap the handle. Baitcasters, you can't. So you have to pay attention to order correctly. So pay attention to that when you order, if you order. Guys, okay. Now, here's the thing. You can go to KastKing.com, type in AJWKK, get 10% off of this already crazy good price right here, okay? $69.95 gets you the classic box, okay? And then $89.95 gets you the premium box or the premier box. Okay, so what's inside? Let's go to the classic surprise box. So you have a reel, braided line or baits, and then of course sunglasses, tools, or a hat. So hidden with 1 in 80 odds, you have the Kestrel Air Micro Finesse, and I think that's a $150 reel right there, carbon fiber frame. You've got the carbon fiber handle, those cool little knobs on there. This is a great little bait finesse system. Now, 1 in 6 odds of getting the Zephyr, which was our first entry into the bait finesse world. You got the Zephyr 1000 series, which is a very small spinning system. Sharky 3 long cast, that's a brand new reel on the market. The Royal Legend Glory, Spartacus 2 spinning, or the Rover. That's in your classic reel box. Okay, now let's roll up to, you guys want to know what's in the Premier. So let's switch back over to the Premier. Let's change this here. Now, the Premier box, again, you get a reel, you'll get baits or braided line, you'll get sunglasses, or you'll get tool and a hat. Now, you have 1 in 80 odds of getting an iReel, the MGTI, the new limited edition. You can't order it to the best of my abilities, the best of my understandings right now. Kestrel Elite Dune Shadow Baitcaster, which is a tricked out version of the other Kestrel I just showed you guys a minute ago. And then, of course, the Mega Jaws Elite Spinning. That Mega Jaws Elite Spinning is by far my favorite spinning reel, especially when it comes to finesse fishing. You cannot go wrong right there. Scott Canterbury was actually just talking about how fantastic that reel is. Helped him get some paychecks cash. But 1 in 10 odds of getting the Royal Legend Pro spinning or bait casting. We all know that as a fan favorite, that thing just does work. Capstan standard edition saltwater spinning reel. You got the Megatron 200 baitcaster. That's a great 200 series. You can throw glide baits with that. It's 3-level glide baits, big swim baits. You got the Skeet Reese Icon Baitcaster. You guys, if you know me, you know I brag about that reel all day, every day. That reel's fantastic. Scott Canterbury's on record as saying that was one of the best $100 reels he's ever put in his hands. I agree with him. Every time I use that reel, I go, God dang, this thing right here is just, I can fish with, if somebody told me, okay, dude, you're going to just have to fish with these 2 reels, the Skeet Reese Icons for the rest of your life, I would be like, well, I'd love to use the MGTI or the Mega Jaws Elite, but if I got to be stuck with 2 reels for the rest of my life, I'm not going to cry, because that Skeet Reese Icon in spinning or bait casting is the real deal. It is. It's awesome. And for $100, you're not going to beat it. You're not. Aluminum frame. I mean, I could just go on forever. Deadbolt, we talked about that no drag, crazy heavy winching system. Speed Demon Elite skipping and pitching. Both of those reels over $100 for those in value. Then, of course, you got the Mega Jaws spinning and that Zephyr Carver reel. Last weekend, guys, I told you guys that Carbon, that Zephyr, this reel didn't get the praise that it deserved. Yeah, I still use this reel to this day. If you guys get this reel in your box, let it surprise you, because it will. It is a phenomenally great reel. So that's what's in the box, guys. You guys have been patient. All right, Melody, you wanted to know what's in the box. All right, let's go ahead and let's see what's in the box. I'm going to go to big screen on this, full view. Here we go. Here's the real surprise box. Now, so you guys can tell, I have not gotten this box. There's no way I'm getting this box out of this bag without tearing this bag up. So I waited for you guys. Let's get it the rest of the way out of the bag and unpack it. And let's see what's in my box. Show us the goods. Now, for those of you guys commenting, you guys are already entered to win the giveaway. Okay. So we're going to give away some of these boxes on next week's show. How do you get entered to win? Share, like, click, subscribe, all that good stuff. But then also make sure you're commenting. So we already know Melody commented. We already know Tori commented. We already know a lot of people have commented. So that is fantastic. Oh, guys, look at this right here. The glorious bike shop, the one that has been impacted by the floods here in town, they are in the house watching the broadcast tonight. God bless you guys, the family, my other family at Topo Joe's. We love you. I'll be seeing you more this week as we keep digging, keep grinding, keep cutting, keep shoveling, and keep moving all that crazy stuff. But guys, just want to point that out. If you guys aren't following Topo Joe's, give them a follow. They need it right now more than ever, guys. They really do. So, all right, let's see what's in the box. But again, like I said, we are going to be giving these away. So I'm going to give some to the Facebook viewers and some to the YouTube viewers. So if you guys want to win, make sure you guys are commenting, you're subscribed, and you're sharing these broadcasts. All right, so here is, all right, it's taped right here. So I got to break the seal. As you guys can see, it is not broke. So let me get some handy dandy scissors here. There we go. Seal is now broken. Let's see what's in the box. I will let you guys see before I see. So here we go. Did I get a spinning reel? Did I get a bait caster? Did I get an MGTI? Oh God, I would be just blown up if I got another MGTI. I have one. I actually just bought another one. It's on order. It'll be here soon. But if I got a third one, I'm not going to cry. I'm telling you, right, a third or fourth. So, all right, here we go. Let's see what's in it, guys. Can you see? Well, we got some packing bag right here. Okay. And then we've also got, looks like some sunglasses. We got some sunglasses right there. We've got, I'm going to have to say this is a bait caster. I don't know which one just yet. And then, of course, some braided fishing line right here. So, all right, let's see what reel I got. So, on the braided fishing line, I got 30-pound. I can tell you right now, it's not the MGTI. So, that means, you know what? I'm sad that I didn't get the MGTI, but I'm actually happy, because that means there's more for you guys out there. So I can buy my own, and I'm happy to buy my own. And believe it or not, I get a deal on them. I get a little bit of a deal. I've been here for, going on like 13 years. I get a fair deal on some of my stuff. So I am actually truly happy that I didn't get an MGTI. There's a small part of me that's sad, but for the most part, I want to see you guys get it. I want to see more of the fans get hooked up with MGTIs and other great reels. So yeah, to you guys. All right. We'll get to the reel in a minute, see what I did get. All right, now we got some polarized glasses. We got some 30-pound test braid, the KastKing Super Power Color Shield. I thought it was the Destin, but let's see here. What color is it? It looks like it is blue. It is the color blue braid, 30-pound. This will get put to use. All right. Now let's see what kind of eyewear I got here. Okay, let's take a gander. Pop these open. My wife lost some of her sunglasses in all this work, and so we had to actually pick some up at Walmart today just so she could have something for eye protection. These could have come in clutch a little while ago. So let's see here. Open these up. These are going to be UV protected as well as polarized. Actually, okay, I love these frames. These are some great frames. These are fantastic for mountain biking, hiking, just anything to keep. And the way they wrap around, these will keep things from getting in your eyes. They cut out that UV, all those different rays, UVA, UVB. They are polarized. They're going to help you see into the water better. Just a great option right here. These are great for mountain biking, hiking, hunting, fishing, or just casual wear. And you know what I mean? Like you guys ride around on UTVs. You want to keep that wind out of your eyes. These guys right here are awesome, guys. So you get these glasses right here, possibility in your real surprise box, and I got hooked up. So these are going to be awesome right here and get put to use, guys. Yeah. Nice. All right. Now, here's the moment y'all have been waiting for. We are getting to the reel. What is it? Let's see. I can't tell by the box yet. It's oh, this is one I don't have. This is a Sharky 3 long cast. I've actually been wanting to get one of these, and check this out, dude. Check this out. Oh, that is nice. Okay, so That thing spins really well, but look at how large this spool is, guys. Of course, it's a right-hander. I'm right-handed. Okay, this is a great system right here. This is a phenomenal reel. The reason they call it the long cast is, yes, this thing will cast a long distance. But the nice thing is, too, is the amount of line that this holds. So if you guys want to put a heavier line on this, if you guys want to get it just shoot this thing way out there, guys, this can hold a lot of line and heavier line and get it taken care of. Yeah, Melissa. Hey, Frankie Nader. So Frankie is actually Frankie Nader is a local here in town. Works at Al's Automotive. It's his father's business. Him and his dad run a repair shop here in town, and they are amazing mechanics. When I don't know, I never claim to be a mechanic. I always say that I'm a talented parts changer with a good understanding of basic automotive knowledge. I fixed a thing or two in my day, but I'm no mechanic. Now, Frankie and his dad, they are legit mechanics. And whenever I can't figure out, I give them a call. Well, these poor individuals, they got affected. Their shop got pretty hammered, pretty wrecked by it. Frankie's house actually lives just behind and off to a little bit of an angle from the shop, and it got flooded a little bit. Not as bad as the shop, but it did take some damage. So, Frankie, if you guys need any help, let the people know. They'll see what they can do about helping you too. But if anybody wants to, maybe, I don't know if Al's Automotive is doing any kind of donations or GoFundMe to get them back into business. Al is a master certified GM tech. Frankie is a certified technician as well, working under his dad. Two amazing techs. Glad to see them doing okay, and glad to have Frankie on here and that everybody's okay from that shop. So I do know that Frankie and his wife and children had to evacuate. So, all right. Yes. So back at it, guys. Sharky 3 long cast. Let's jump in here and take a look at just what I made on this value-wise. So this is about I want to say that is a $90 reel, $80 to $90 at least. Let's see here. Worth, well, $80 to $90 at least in my box. So the reel itself, I don't believe is $80, $90. But I know I got at least that $90 that I put in there for that premiere thing. So the glasses are going to be about $30. Okay. The braided line is going to be about 12 to 15. Okay. So we're at about the $45 mark. And then let me scroll around here and see. I think this reel is like $60. Let's see. Where is it? Let me share the screen. Let's go to it here. Where are we at? All right, share this screen. Where is it? There we go. All right, so here we go. All right, let's go up here to Reels, and let's scroll down and find what the long cast. I think it's a $60 reel. Let's see here. Oh, did I pass it? On the second page. Oh, right here. Here it is. Okay, 51. Oh, it's on sale. Okay, so normally $59.95. Okay, so we have a normal retail value of $59.95 for the Sharky 3 long cast. Okay. Then we have about $15 for a spool of braid, and then about $30 for these UVA, UVB polarized sunglasses. So really, this is easily over $100 value right here. So this is a great box. I actually ordered another box because I like it, and I'll open that box up. And, of course, share that with you guys on next week's show, too. And I'm going to give some away. But, yeah, Sharky 3 long cast. This thing is a fantastic setup. Low friction tapered line guide on this thing, okay? It's super awesome. It's got that improved braking system right here. It's got the fly-out arc braking system that we know works really good, that Auto-Mag dual braking system. We are looking at 7+1 ball bearings. It's got that deep, massive spool that's going to allow you to really move a lot of line on there. And just do really well for you. Triple disc carbon fiber drag, boasting 13.2 pounds of carbon fiber drag. And then, of course, it is super lightweight at 6.3 ounces, guys. Oh, my son just got home from work, so my dog's letting me know she's excited to see him. But, yeah, guys, Sharky 3 long cast, that is awesome. Okay, Cody Smith is saying, I'm confused. This is on the... It's KastKing, but Last King Facebook page. This guy is acting like he bought this box, but doesn't he work for them? So what's going on? So yeah, okay, this box right here, okay, I didn't pay for this box. You are correct. This is a sample box they sent me, but I did purchase. Let's see here. We'll go into my sign in right here. We're going to log in. Okay. Just so you see it. And right here on my order, if you notice, $556 right here was my last order. And let's go to, where is it? We'll find it here. Oh, right here, front and center, surprise box right there. That's me. You can see it right there. If you guys look, here is Albert Gore. That's me. So yeah, I work for him, but I still buy products from him. And yeah, I did buy a real surprise box. And I was just getting into that. But yeah, I get a sample, but I also buy it too. So I paid for my box. I got a sample to show you guys, but I bought one myself, guys. So there. Hope that clears it up for you. Hope that clears it up for you, Cody Smith. I do work for him, but yes. All right. So let's go ahead and get out of that. That is my account. You can see it right there on the screen. And you can see that I placed a large order recently with them. And yeah, so that was, I did buy myself a real surprise box. And I'm going to open that box and show you guys next week. So that's it. But yeah, it is really cool. It's the nice stuff. I hope you guys, Cody, I hope you get one too. And Cody, you know what? Do me a favor. If you do decide to get yourself a real surprise box, use AJWKK. I've worked for them for 13 years. I'd love to see you use that code. You don't have to. If you got a KBA, a friend, or a buddy that has a discount code, use theirs. Use theirs. Hook them up. Use whatever discount code you like. I just love it when I can share the love of KastKing. Of course, yes, I do work for them, but I was a customer before I was an employee. True story. So guys, definitely check that out. Be with them forever. And of course, I represent a brand that I can stand behind. So Cody, God bless you. I clicked on this because it said KastKing was giving stuff away. I didn't think I was watching a review. Well, Cody, maybe it's not for you. So all right. Well, hopefully you guys can get on here. Yes, we are giving stuff away. So Cody, do you want to have a chance at this giveaway and everybody else that's jumping in here on the giveaway? Here's what we're going to do. Just because you guys don't have to buy a single thing. Now, I do ask is that you do follow us and you subscribe. And then, of course, being the fact that you wrote up, you put you mentioned this, I clicked this, that entered you to win, Cody. That entered you to win. Yeah, I didn't think I was watching a review. Well, Cody, before you just get free stuff for doing nothing and just being a person that just clicks on stuff, that does a business no good. I wanted to show you what you got, brother. I hope you can appreciate what you are trying to win. So if you want to win, Cody, come back and watch next week, and hopefully we can hook you up. So, and right here, let's see this right here. So Joe coming to the rescue. Cody, listen, Joe's got my back. AJ gives free stuff away very often, but not every show. Got to stick with it if you want a chance to win. A lot of us have won. It's true. Ask Jennifer Ludman, ask Steve, I believe Steve Yeckel, ask, I think Troy's won. I mean, just tons and tons of people. There's a reason they call me Give It Away AJ. So you know what? Anytime we get people in here that have kind of got a little bit of a different vibe on, man, I was wanting to get some free stuff and this, that, you can. But I ask something of you in return. Views, likes, things like that. That is how because companies out there, they're not in business to just give things away. That's not business. It's charity. And they wouldn't last long if they did it all the time. And especially if they're fronting the bill. How we can actually, get the funds to give this stuff away is we have to justify it with views, reach, getting the word out. So I'll tell you what, word is out. Joe knows it. Give it away, AJ, like you see right there on the screen. I give stuff away all the time, but giving stuff away, I was coined that name. It was given to me. So Cody, there's a part of me that actually I will be 100% honest. I will right now. If your name gets randomly picked for next week's show, you're going to be entered into a coin toss, a game of chance to win that real surprise box. And you never know what you're going to get in that real surprise box. And I'd love to have you on as a viewer after that, if you were to win, to open that real surprise box live on air. So, all right. So, you know what, Cody? God bless you, man. I didn't know I was watching what I was watching here. I have no idea who you are. Sorry if I came off rude. Cody, no apology necessary. God, I'm all tongue-tied all of a sudden, Cody. God bless you, Cody. I love you, brother. Nothing but love, but I'd love to clear the air anytime I can. Look at this. Steve Yeckel says, tails never fails. Guys, anybody that watches this show knows that we do coin tosses all the time. And look at that. Tails never fails. You got it right there. But Cody, please, brother, give me a subscribe. Give KastKing a follow. You're entered to win already, Cody. You are entered to win right there. So hopefully you get it. Oh, Chana. Okay, Cody, this guy right here, Chana in the bottom. Just beware of the coin toss. Chana has been in the coin toss 2 or 3 times, And if he picked tails, it failed for him. If he picked heads, it didn't work out. But Chana is going to keep trying. One of these days, Chana's going to win it. So right here, hook it up right here. He's a former winner right here. I won a 3,000 Sharky reel on Give It Away AJ. Is no lie. I'm telling you guys, Give It Away AJ does the work. KastKing gives the freebies away. I can tell you right now, there's going to be another show later this week with Nikki. That one's only on YouTube. Watch. Make sure you're subscribed to YouTube. Check it out. She does giveaways as well. We're giving stuff away. We hook up the people. KastKing loves its viewers. And Cody, I know I'm picking on you a little bit. I hope it doesn't feel like it. I want you to become a KastKing fan genuinely. I'm glad that you spoke up. I'm glad I saw your comment because I want to change your mindset. I want to open your eyes and I want you to become a big fan of KastKing. And if it could be because you won and you got something for free and it turned you into a fan for life, dude, that's what we're here for. That is the joy of KastKing. But guys, that's probably going to wrap it up for me tonight. Like I said, I got to get to work with helping out with the floods and doing things and get some rest. Melody can tell you right now, she's been working in the floods. So is my wife's. You know, we're working. Brandon Garcia right here. He tunes in every weekend and always asks, "Did I win?" Hip hip. That's it. Brandon's eyes are open. But guys, check it out too. If you guys are looking to pony up some bucks, you guys could win. This is $300 MGTI, the only reel in the world that is magnesium and titanium. It is saltwater friendly. I don't always recommend using, anything saltwater. Magnesium and salt don't get along. But we have worked really hard to treat this to be able to be used in the salt. Anything that is exposed to the salt water will eventually fail over time. So if you guys are going to use any kind of reels like this in salt water, whether it's 100% saltwater friendly, approved, whatever, it will eventually lose. It will eventually die. Just take care of your saltwater goods. But this is the only saltwater friendly magnesium alloy frame with titanium components, titanium spool that can do down to a 1/16 of an ounce lure all the way up to power fishing. You can go punching, 1.5 ounces, or you can go bait finesse fishing with the same reel and everything else in between. $299 is just the reel. You guys can get it in your reel surprise box. I got a Shark 3 long cast. There are multiple reels ranging from the $50 range all the way up to $300 range that you could win in those boxes. Just make sure you pick them out. Use discount code AJWKK. You can get hooked up for sure, guys. That's going to do it for me. You are entered to win if you guys are commenting. If you're watching this in the rebroadcast, hopefully Cody and I opened your eyes on how to win. Thank you, Cody. You are a friend of mine. But yes, right here, we're giving these away. You just got to like, share, and comment. That's how I'm going to find you. As long as you're being active, you can win it from watching me here live. Or if you're watching the rebroadcast, just make sure you're commenting and share this. It'll go everywhere as much as we can see. And then, of course, you don't have to be present to win, but I would follow up because if your name gets called and you don't contact me in the certain amount of time that I put out there, you just don't get the prize and we move on. So that's the way it goes. All right, guys, this is it. The real surprise box. I'd love to hook you guys up. Cody, you never know. And I hope to see you guys back next Tuesday, especially you, Cody. All right. God bless you guys. That's going to do it for me tonight. Guys, if you're not following KastKing on TikTok, it's KastKing USA on TikTok as well as on Instagram. So follow us there on Instagram, KastKing USA. We have a secondary page on Instagram called KastKing Community. And then, of course, on YouTube, if you're watching via live on YouTube or Facebook, same thing, just KastKing. Subscribe, turn that notification bell on, and follow us, and we will get you hooked up. Ladies and gentlemen, those of you guys that have sat with me in the broadcast, and you too, Cody. God bless you guys. Hope you guys have a good night and stay safe out there. And I will see you guys next Tuesday night in October. And we'll have ourselves a real good time. All right, guys, that's going to do it for me right here. Got hooked up. Can't wait to see the real surprise box that I purchased. And we're good to go. I'm out of here. You guys have a great night, and I'll see you guys next week.